Braden Scott here with Texans running back Devin Singletary. First of all, how you doing, man? Appreciate you for joining us.
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. Feeling good. Thank you for having me, bro.
Absolutely. Now, I want to start off with this because I was watching you at practice earlier today, and you're spitting it on the sideline there before y'all get into your running back drills. And obviously, one of the highlights of the season was your pass to Dalton Schultz. I just want to ask you, where did you learn to spin it like that? We'll get to some running back stuff a little bit later.
Just growing up in the neighborhood, I played quarterback maybe once or twice growing up in Little League, but just playing ball around the neighborhood. That's how I learned how to throw.
Do you feel like you are now? I still go C.J. Davis and Case over you right now, but do
you should.
Do you feel like though you are the best non-quarterback throwing player on? Would you consider yourself that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
That's for all my teammates. Yes, I do.
Are you? I'm curious about this because of your background. Obviously, having played at Buffalo in your first season here, and C.J. Stroud's having an incredible year. Just named the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Obviously, the win that you guys had.
Yeah.
Are you spoiled? I mean, you go from Josh Allen, and then now you're here with C.J. Stroud. Are you quarterback spoiled a little bit?
Man, I'm definitely spoiled, man. Like you said, I had Josh. Everybody know about Josh. CJ coming in, making his mark. It's his first year in, and I've been telling God since day one that he was gonna be a guy. You know what I'm saying? The more and more he get comfortable, he only gonna get better and better. It's only the beginning, so I'm definitely spoiled.
What was it about him that made you know that? How did you get that sense?
Just, man, when I met him, you could just feel his aura, like he's a leader, his mentality. Then when I saw him throw the ball, like that's all I needed to see. I'm like, oh yeah, we got us one for sure.
Yeah, I'm curious how moments like the way the game ended against the Tampa Bay Bucks, how that I imagine you guys already have confidence within the team, but how does that sort of change your own outlook of the team and what you guys could actually be?
Yeah, I mean, that's big time. We've been on both sides of those type of games. To come out on top was big. That just proves when it come down to the come down, we able to get a win. So that was big, and it definitely helps with confidence moving forward for sure.
Now I'm just curious, man. I follow you on Instagram. I see a lot of your posts are like motivational or particularly you being motivated. So I am curious, what motivates you and how sort of does your background play into that?
Yeah, man, I'm motivated by, my family, my grandmother, my mother, my father, just my family first off, big motivators in my life, and then just personally, dog, coming from the struggle, just staying hungry, and staying humble. You know what I'm saying? So that's what motivates me.
Yeah, I've seen you say that before. I've seen you talk about hungry and humble. Mm-hmm. That's just based off of your background, how you were raised, or is there a certain like something that you went through that made you kind of feel that way?
Big part of it is how I'm raised, and definitely like in high school, I had a coach named Stacy Sizemore, and he used to always say, don't get too high, don't get too low. Somewhere in the middle, reality falls. That stuck with me to this day because it's true. Throughout life, throughout ball, things could be going good, but you don't want to get too high. Things could be going bad. It ain't gonna be going bad forever. Just staying even kill. So, that's the why. That's why the way I am.
All right, so let's get to a little bit off the field a little bit.
Yeah.
Whenever you do need to get away or release, what is Devin Singletary doing when he's not either playing football or keyed in and focused on football?
Man, if I'm back at the crib, I'm fishing. I like to go fishing, freshwater fishing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'm chilling with the fam. We can go out and do anything. Take a walk. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing with my son, playing football or something with my son. Whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Those I'm a chill guy. I don't do too much. But definitely fishing.
Kids old enough to fish yet?
He there. He getting it, but not. He 3. So he's still feeling his way out.
What about you? You're new here. Have you dabbled in any other fishing spots? Bavla Peninsula?
Not yet.
Anything Matagorda? Anything? Have you kind of tapped in with any of the fisher?
I gotta tap in. I definitely got to tap in. DP, he a big fisher. So,
okay.
We definitely got to tap into some spots. But I haven't up here yet.
All right. I saw, and I think it was in a previous interview of yours, that your favorite cheat meal is a good steak and a sweet potato casserole.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you steak. That seems pretty common. Like most people, you ask what's your favorite food? What kind of food do you like? Do you hear a lot of steak?
Yeah.
But sweet potato casserole, that to me feels like it's got a background story. It comes from somewhere. I know you're from Florida.
Yeah.
Is that a family thing? Where's your best sweet potato casserole come from?
Man, my grandma, and my mother for sure. Man, they gonna do their thing with that every time. So out of those two.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm curious about this too, since we're on food.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese. If you like sweet potato casserole, I'm curious. Is mac and cheese overrated or properly rated?
I think it's properly rated.
You think so?
Yeah.
Man, because I hear a lot of people that are like, man, mac and cheese doesn't belong on a Thanksgiving dish. Mac and cheese is not. You haven't heard this? There's been some of your NFL brethren that have had this actual discussion on Twitter. So I thought I'd bring it to you as somebody who likes Southern cuisine.
So I guess it depends on who making it.
Right.
That plays a big part.
Yeah.
That definitely plays a big part. But I feel like it got to be on there.
Yeah. I always said that if the mac and cheese is not good, just say that whoever you get your mac and cheese from doesn't know how to make it.
That's exactly what it comes down to. It depends on who making it. But in my family, it's gonna be there for sure.
I've seen you in the locker room operate on the Connect Four a little bit. I think I want to say I saw you with group like Jalen Petrie and Austin Deculus and several of y'all, and it gets intense sometimes. Y'all guys lock in. Mm-hmm. Are you on the better end of the Connect Four players, and what are your favorite games to play in the locker room?
Definitely Connect Four. That got to be number one. I'm definitely up there. I'm on the better end for sure. We'll shoot a little basketball too. Ain't gonna say I'm the best basketball player, but I got a decent shot.
Yeah, yeah. What is it about Connect Four? Because this isn't the first time that I've seen that, or I would say the first season. I've been here a few years, and I see guys really lock in on Connect Four. What is it about that game that gets the locker room going like that?
Yeah, you gotta lock in. It ain't just mentally. It's kind of like see where your eyes at. You know what I'm saying? See if you really paying attention. I think that's a big part of it. Yeah.
Grew up in Florida, played at Florida Atlantic, then you go to Buffalo, spend all those years in the cold. How much better is it for you to be back in the South and not have to deal with all? Now that you're not there, I feel like you can be honest about this, man.
Yeah, man.
That cold, you can't be really built for that cold, man.
To be honest, bro, I didn't mind it because coming from Florida, you don't see no seasons. You don't fall, none of that. Christmas time, it's gonna be 70, 80 degrees. So I thought it was cool to see the snow and stuff, but I definitely love being back in my type of weather. I ain't gonna never, you know what I'm saying? This is like home for me. So I definitely love being back in some warm weather for sure.
So since I asked you about Buffalo, and we've mentioned the Bucs game already, there's been a lot of talk about how loud NRG Stadium was. The NRG Stadium crowd for that game. Now, you're new here. This is your first season with the team, but it's not the first time that you've seen or been around that crowd. Your rookie year, you played here in a playoff game and have seen and heard a crowd like that, or a crowd here like that. How much of a discussion is that amongst y'all, just trying to get more people out, a louder environment and atmosphere, and how much y'all's play contributes to that?
Man, that's big time, because that's like our 12th player on the field. Like when the opposing team got to deal with that type of noise, by far that was the loudest I heard the stadium. Even from when I played here in 2019 to now, like that was the loudest I heard the stadium.
That was even louder than 2019 for you.
I feel like it was.
And y'all feed off that.
Definitely. Like I said, that's like our 12th player out there. And that turned us up. You know what I'm saying? That bring the energy all the way up. That just make us want to turn up even more on the field. So it definitely helps.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So, Devin, appreciate you for being here with us. The last thing that you got to do before you go, sign that wall for us, man. It's a tradition. Yeah. Sign that wall for us, man. Right here, if you would. Much appreciated. Get your signature on that wall. Find you a spot wherever you feel best. All right, that's Texans running back Devin Singletary. Thanks, man.